Your conference is being recorded. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining the call today. This is Tammy Bowen, and we'll get our call started here. We do have the live meeting open with the agenda on the screen, so please, if you haven't already, join the online meeting, and we'll be sharing some other items throughout the meeting in the live meeting. I am recording the call this morning. Just, it is summertime and probably anticipate having a few folks out on vacation. And hopefully those that are in the office today really enjoyed last week, the holiday week with the 4th of July. And this week we do have a really good lineup. The steering committee has worked very hard on putting together the agenda for today's call. We have some great speakers and topics to cover with you today. And as I sent out the meeting agenda and the schedule, I did mention that we are changing the schedule for these calls. We were having them on a monthly basis, and going forward, starting this month, we're going to have the calls every other month. So certainly want to hear from all of you on any additional topics or areas that you would like for us to cover during these calls. Your feedback is very important to us to make sure that we're covering the topics that are most top of mind for you. And so with that, I'll go ahead and hand it over to Deb O'Neill. She's our senior RA that works in the Nebraska RCBO. Deb, I'll let you take over the call, and thank you for your help
Sure.
this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tammy. This is Deb O'Neill, and I'm the Relationship Associate out of the Omaha, Nebraska RCBO office. And I know we're going to have a guest speaker this morning. I don't know, Michelle Poole, have you joined the line yet?
Yes, hi, I'm here.
Okay. First, I'd like to introduce to all of you our guest speaker this morning, Michelle Poole, who's an operational risk consultant with our CBCS team, who has graciously agreed to join us today to talk about our most favorite topic, compliance. Our procedures seem to be constantly changing, so Michelle is going to address some of the areas that give us the most challenging headaches, I guess, as RAs and CSMs. So she's planning on discussing with us incomplete packages, adding, changing guarantors, changes to our key principles, any helpful hints or successful package submissions. She's going to talk about the trends and best practices, and then she's going to open the line up for questions and discussions for anything else that you guys may have. So, Michelle, thank you for joining us again, and I will turn the call over to you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thanks for inviting me to join your call today. As Deb stated, I'm with CBCS. I sit in Dallas, and my manager is Michelle Epson. She sends her apologies that she wasn't able to attend today's call. She is traveling to California to meet our teammates that sit in Irvine today. So I don't have a hard copy presentation to share today. This is more of an informal, helpful tips exchange. We have 30 minutes. So the plan is I will touch on the bullet points that was listed on the agenda for the first 20 minutes. And if you could hold your questions, we'll leave the last 10 minutes for a question and answer. So first, let me start off by saying, as you all know, compliance is not easy, and requirements, like Deb said, are constantly changing. And the whole process is just a very manual process, and we're using a system that, in all honesty, still needs a lot of improvements. Cornerstone issues can delay the tasks that we need to move the request along and delay submission and receiving investigation results. So I'll just go ahead and jump right in and start with the first bullet point, incomplete packages. This has been a hot topic since moving to Cornerstone because of how long it does take to get everything entered and submitted and back in Cornerstone. I just want to say we're all human and we all make mistakes. CBCS is here to double check the packages submitted by you all And quality assurance is here to double check the packages after we complete those. So if you miss something and we miss something, hopefully QA will catch it, but it would rather not get to that point. I took a poll from my coworkers when Michelle asked me to sit on this call for her to compile a list of what their most noted items are for incomplete packages. So I compiled their responses, and a few of the things were, number one, that was at the top of everyone's list was the CDD form source of funds. I've heard this form will be updated, so that'll be a drop-down field someday, eventually, which will be awesome. But until then, QA is all over us about the source of funds. So the source of funds should be very specific. It should list the method and the source of the first deposit into the account. So the method, for example, could be a wire, which also includes book transfer, or an ACH, and the source would be where the money is coming from. A wire from Wells Fargo account ending in 1234, for example, or an ACH from Bank of America, as long as it lists specifically the method and the source of where that first deposit is coming from. The CDD form customer type. Sometimes we see that is checked wrong. A new customer is new to M&B or Wells Fargo. Add change related party should be selected if you're adding a new party to the existing account holder, new CEO, CFO, new guarantor or owner. Other would be used for a name change, an attribute change.